college in the middle of, it had hundreds of miles of mountain bike trails and fishing ponds, and Charlie is a fisherman. I would not have known if I could have tracked him. It probably wouldn't have showed up, and I would have been hysterical. And let me tell y'all this. I remember when my nurse practitioner said to him, I was in his last physical, not the whole thing, but when she came back in there to talk to him, she said, come back in here, Leanne. And she said to him, and I'm telling y'all need to tell that baby this, 8 out of 10 girls have vaginal warts. So she said, Charlie, look at me. She goes, and my Charlie is my innocent, that loves World War II, played the banjo in middle school, had his own garden, old soul. And Karen looks at him and says, 8 out of 10 girls are carrying vaginal warts. And Charlie's mouth hit the floor, and she said, and let me tell you this, Charlie, she said, your frontal lobe has not developed. You do not drive fast, do not jump off of stuff. All right, if y'all think about it, and I don't mean to scare y'all, but see, he'll be running. Your baby will be running, and they'll be working him like a mule. He won't have time to jump off a balcony. But when you think about spring break and boys 18 to 21, think about all the crazy mess they do. And Charlie, this was not a party school, and your son's an athlete, so they'll be watching him. He won't be in a fraternity, doing God knows what. But Charlie was not a partier, but they rock climbed and they mountain biked without a helmet on. I mean, when he told me later as an adult, he goes, you don't want to know what we did. And I was like, why would you even tell me that now? So I think he jumped off of stuff. He was so active, outdoorsy, that they did crazy mess that they shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
So I would say to that baby, but you got to tell them those hard truths and say, baby, I know you want to drive fast and you want, a boy's frontal lobe is not developed till they're probably 27, 28.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, things, you can get hurt, you can get somebody pregnant. I mean, and I'm from that, I have a background in child and family studies. And I was going to be a family therapist if I didn't make it in Hollywood, but I believe in telling them right from wrong and like scaring them.
Yeah.
I'd rather know. I wish somebody told me. My little mom and daddy, God love them, were trying to make a living, and my sister was the first one to go to college, and then my dad went for a little while, and then he quit. They got married, but my sister went to Austin Peay State University and was homecoming queen and in a sorority and loved every bit of it. And then I really didn't want to go. I thought I was going to marry my high school boyfriend, and we were going to raise tobacco, or thinking the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm going to Hollywood. I really don't need all this, which was crazy.
Right.
But anyway, I begrudgingly went to college at the University of Tennessee. I don't know how I finished, through the grace of God. But anyway, my little mom and daddy dropped me off. I was crying my eyes out. I was not ready to go. I was 17.
Wow.
And I really had a hard time, and it was not an easy thing. But I wish they'd have told me. People can get alcohol poisoning. I think I got alcohol poisoning one time. Here I was from the country, and I had never drank, never been around it. My family didn't have alcohol in their house. Some boy took me on a date, and he was boring, and I drank a sangria, and then went to see Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone in Rhinestone. Y'all weren't even born yet. Oh, wow. And Rocky, little Sylvester Stallone had on a jumpsuit, and his private parts looked weird in it. But anyway, and we were in a movie theater, and it started spinning, and I had to put my feet on the ground, and I never felt so bad in my life. And then he had to take care of me all night, and I threw up so bad and probably should have gone to the hospital. But I was just this country little naive kid. I'm just saying, I would tell him the horrors so that he can be ready for that, Well, and Lord, y'all got a whole new generation of, in the state of California, dope being available and all that. See, we didn't have any of that in the 80s, honey. Horrible things happened in the 80s. That was mine. In a club, dancing. You're young and going to college. I think that is him. Don't have the right to do that before he goes to college of this summer. And say we can't be all up all night and worried sick
about you.
And not go to bed until you get home. And then when he comes home, that's a weird thing when they get grown and then they come back home like during the breaks of, in between college and stuff. And, mine were just not big stay out mine needed sleep. My kids, Charlie was, as an outdoorsman kayaking and mountain biking and all that.
Tired.
They made catfish, real catfishing late at night in the lakes around East Tennessee, but no, everybody would go to bed. And then Maggie, my middle one, would beg to go to bed from the time she was a baby, and she still, Tess is 27, single, was in LA with me. She'd go to dinner with people, but they just, you're right, this younger, they don't go out and do horrible things like people my age did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything has always been fun.
Yeah.
So, he just wants to be with people, and y'all are going to, he's doing sweet things. Danny's good night. Oh, y'all, everything's going to be all right. They still cuss you. They still do that. Yeah.
What?
My baby is my makeup artist, and I would be on set.
Yeah.
Like, they would say, last touches. And she'd be going at me, and when I've got to do a scene, and I'm scared to death of her. But we travel together. I said she's my caregiver. She says that she's now my whole caregiver. She drove me in LA. She cooked for me. I could not have done it without. She gets so mad at me. I did a show in Frisco, California, and I went, oh my Lord, there's a Costco. She said, we are not going to the Frisco Costco. And I go, please let me feel normal. And had a ball. And she said, you don't need all this, but I do. I love it. I'm still a mama and a grandmama, and I like to make sure we got enough paper towels. And then she, but yeah, this is the thing about y'all having those girls, and I don't mean to put this burden on them, but they will tend to y'all. My middle one, even though she's not traveling with me, calls and checks on me every day, several times a day. Are you okay? Do you have everything what you need? They are precious. Aren't y'all thankful you had all these kids? Aren't they a ball? If I can remember correctly, it was also, Charlie was never smart aleck or disrespectful or anything in high school. But when in college, there was something tugging at him, trying to be a man and be on his own, and he was really sweet, but I remember him saying some stuff to me that he'd never said before.